As a result of the pandemic, I tripled my wealth. And that was because I was in a position of heavy cash and I recognized that the pandemic was a temporary event. The options were we either all die or everything comes back to normal. I invested in companies like McDonald's, American Express, Royal Caribbean, and Valero Oil, and they all had crashed because we were all sitting at home, and then they came back. The same thing is happening right now as a result of the turmoil in Washington, the questions about tariffs, the questions about governmental layoffs, the just total questions of what's going on. The market is correcting. I believe it's got a more downside, but I also recognize the opportunity for me to triple my wealth is here again. And that is by recognizing what I'm going to call the free throws, the big companies that are down off of their 52-week highs, probably will go further. I can buy in and they'll come back, and then we'll go on with the AI revolution. Then tomorrow, we're going to talk about the 2-pointers, the layups. And then the following day, we'll talk about the 3-pointers and how, by using my spreadsheet, what I call Kerry's tell sheet, we can identify these stocks at the various stages of this 2025 crash, and we can again triple our net worth. I'm going to take you to my tell sheet. I'm going to explain it to you. This is lesson number 3. Make sure you see lesson number 1 and 2, and then follow up with 4 and 5. Let's get right at it. This is my tell sheet. I believe it tells me everything I need to know about the 61 stocks I want to follow and I want to make money on as we go through the AI revolution. Added to that opportunity is the crash we're experiencing right now. Some want to call it a correction. I believe it's a crash because beyond a correction, it's driven by fear. It's driven by layoffs, by the federal government, by tariffs, by the uncertainty of what's happening in Washington and the readjustment of our country, the doubt that they're going to lower interest rates, that inflation as a result of tariffs is going to drive us all into the poorhouse. That's fear. The last time we saw fear like this was the pandemic. So let's learn from it. It was a temporary event. It was then corrected, and we went on to new and further heights. The lesson to be learned, though, is there are various stages of the crash, and there are numerous opportunities. The first opportunity I choose to call the free throws. Those, and we're taking our guidance from March Madness of the NCAA basketball tournament. A free throw is you get to step up to the line and nobody's going to stop you from dropping the ball through the basket because you've practiced and you recognize the opportunity. Well, if we go back to the pandemic, what were the free throws? Those stocks that went down substantially, that were good, strong companies, had a large PE ratio, had a large TAM, total addressable market, had a good management team, and would recover. McDonald's would recover once we were allowed out of our houses. American Express, Royal Caribbean, they all recovered, as did the oil companies, once we were allowed to assume our normal lives. Well, once the economy steps out of the fear that is being driven, the stocks will resume their strive up, and the free throws are those big companies that are down, and we need to make a decision. Am I happy with where they are down if I make that gain up in the rest of the year? So what I say the free throws are the big companies. So let's start by looking at big companies. Apple, a market cap of $3 trillion. From its latest high, it's down 14.25%. So I ask you, if you could buy Apple today for $223.02 and you made 14% on that over the balance of this year, would you be happy? Would that make you happy? Well, I think that's a given. And that's a free throw. But there are better. Let's go down to Amazon. Again, a $2 trillion company, down 18% from its high. Would you be happy if at the end of the year you invested $100 into Amazon and it was worth $119 or $118.72 on December 31st? I think that's a given. It's a free throw. Let's look at some more. This is ASML. It's a $2.72 billion company. I put it in there because it has a moat around it. And it is down 37, almost 38%. Would you be happy if on December the 31st of 2025, you put in $1,000 and it was worth $1,379.50? That's a free throw. I believe Broadcom is a free throw. I come down, Google. Google is down 20%. If you can make 20% on Google over the next 8 months, 10 months, would you be happy? These are free throws. These are the ability for you to go in because they have such a large TAM, they have such a large market, they aren't going anywhere. Okay? They are just suffering from the fear that is running through the market. Let's look at another. Meta, 18% opportunity. NVIDIA. Do you believe that NVIDIA will regain its high over the last 52 weeks and recover that 29% that it's down, almost 30? Would you be happy if at the end of this year you made 30? I believe I will make more than 30% on a purchase of NVIDIA today. Now, do I believe it may go lower? Yeah, I do. But would I be happy with 30%? Okay? Now we come down to some real big ones. Tesla, down 53.8%. Do you believe it is going to be the largest autonomous automobile company in the United States? Do you believe that all the other auto companies are going to buy their software so they can be autonomous automobiles? I do. So if I invest in NVIDIA today at a current price, $225.70, there is a good chance it will reach its prior 52-week high of $488.54, and I'll more than 50% my money. Okay? These are free throws. Okay? Taiwan Semiconductor, the only company, only one of two companies that can make the GPUs that Jensen is making. They're down right at 25%. These are free throws. Okay? Tomorrow we're going to talk about layups. And then beyond that, we're going to talk about three-pointers. This is an opportunity if you understand the company. Now, what I do is you might not know what Taiwan Semiconductor is. So you come over here and you click on this, and this will give you a podcast that will explain to you exactly who Taiwan Semiconductor is, who Tesla is, who SoundHound is. You can even go in and get a briefing. I will, when they do their annual report, I will do a financial health on it. This is a document that you can download, and it will analyze for you its balance sheet, its income statement, its cash flow statement, and its projections for the future so that you know what you're buying. That's all on Kerry's tell sheet, because I believe there's enough data that's available now through the data that's been accumulated over the last 40 years, and I can apply AI to it to do the analysis that I would have to pay $500,000 to a Goldman Sachs stock analyst and then pay him a percentage of any gains I made. I can do that now through AI. I have to do all this work. I'm willing to do it because I know probably within 6 months I'll have an AI agent sitting here in the form of a computer, and it will fill all these spaces for me every day of the week. And every time there's an earnings call, it will give me a deep dive, a briefing, a financial health analysis. And then what I do for my tribe is I share with them my portfolio and how I'm investing as a result of this information that I've created on my tell sheet. I want to make this available to you. Yes, I could do like the hedge funds, because this is what they do, except they don't share with you how they do it. I want to share it with you so that you can share it with your children and your grandchildren. And so we can remove this gap that has exists now from the extremely wealthy and the rest of us. So how do you get access to Kerry's tell sheet? You come to go into the description. You will find a link to our website and our gold platform, and you can sign up. And for $19.95 a month, you can access this every day because it changes every day. As the prices change on the market, these numbers will change. And if Apple goes into a 20% opportunity from its high, I'll buy. But at 14.25, I think I can do better with maybe ASML, the only company that makes the machines, that makes the GPUs and the semiconductors that we all need for our lives to advance in the future. It's all right here. And I want to make it available to you. So $19.95 a month. What we're doing, and I've shared this before, is I'm going to make a major investment in an AI agent. It's going to cost me thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, so that this is all filled out for me automatically. I want to share that cost. I want you to help me finance that. I'm not going to charge you tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not going to charge you, say that you have to have over $500,000 that I invest for you, and I charge you 2% and then take 10% of your earnings. No, no, that's highway robbery. Okay, you can do this if you understand it, and I will teach you this. This is lesson 3. Go back and find the videos on lesson 2 and lesson 1 and watch them. And then tomorrow I will do a video, lesson 4. That's going to be the layups. That's going to go through here and say, okay, I understand who the free throws are, but who are the layups? Who are those 2 pointers? And then we'll get to the 3 pointers. And those are the ones who are not recognized by Wall Street because they aren't big enough, but they have astronomical potential in the same field of AI and semiconductors, and they're at discount prices. Now, some of them 60% off of their highs. That's going to be lesson 4. So go back, start with lesson 1, and come through this, and by all means, help me finance your future by giving you access to the data and the AI to analyze that data to help you make better investment decisions and level the playing field with Wall Street. See you tomorrow for lesson 4.